Okay, guys, here we go again. Happy as can be. Well. It's all kicking off, isn't it? Kicking off over in Iran. Yeah. Well, let's pray for those innocent women and children that the Americans and the Israelis are bombing to bits today. Yeah. The image. What's it about? Ah, can you see it? Yeah, it's the Green Arrow. He's been demolishing a couple of our enemies. You know who those two are, don't you, in the front? Yeah, over there. Over on the left is Mr. Bling. If he thinks he can swim over to restore, he's sadly mistaken. If he does succeed, Rupert is not the man I think he is. Oh, and over on the right, our ship's going down faster than a lead balloon. Don't say that, Paul. Don't make references to women. Just don't do it. That ship is going down, okay? That's the Zionist ship over there. I bet he's happy today, though, isn't he? Because he loves Israel. Old Richard, I shall call he Dick. Dick loves Israel, yeah. He bends over for him at every opportunity. I bet he's happy that Israel's bombing Iran. Yeah. If he has his way, we'd be out there. I wonder if Tommy's gone yet. Anyhow, what are we going to... Oh, yeah, there's another target, isn't there? I put a little submarine in. There's a little bald slaphead in there with a moustache. Nothing wrong with slapheads. I'm a slaphead. But I haven't got a moustache. Yeah, he's in there. He's happy that we're going to go to war with Iran. What a cowardly way. I remember Pearl Harbor. The Japanese launched an attack on Pearl Harbor, and the Americans said that they were late getting a declaration of war in. Yeah. Back in the day, you used to declare war on a country before you bombed shit about it. Not America, though. Straight in. Preemptive strikes, they call it. Preemptive defense against someone who could be a possible danger. They done it in Venezuela, didn't they? Yeah. Didn't declare war there either. Just bombed them. Now Iran. Just bombed them. No declaration of war. Honour. Well, no point in talking about honour if we're talking about Jeff Taylor, is there? Yeah. But the Green Arrow is starting to train his guns on little Jeff and his little sub. I should have painted it yellow, shouldn't I? A yellow submarine running away. He hasn't returned my white feather. Anyhow, let's get on it. We're going to be looking at a couple of channels today. One of them made me laugh. Remember to tell the guys about Dino Brain. Yeah? If you already know who Dino Brain is, you know. If not, stick around, you're going to find out. Let's go over here. We're on Saxon Thor. 680 subscribers. I really wish you guys would go over and subscribe to him if you haven't already. Yeah, this guy's a patriot and he tells it the way it is. I want you to have a look at this.
I swear by the name of the living God that 1,000 years from now, when these invaders are doing whatever it is back in their own country, we and our descendants are still going to be here. We are still going to be walking upon European soil, sheltered beneath European trees, just as we have done for thousands of years. And our triumph will not be marked by the sound of trumpets blaring at victory marches, but by the sound of our children's laughter upon this soil when we are buried beneath it.
And of course, there is a black community. I mean, I would love to see full integration where everybody is mixing together, and people are marrying people from outside their own race and so on and so forth. To me, that's the ideal model where people are mixing properly, and the only thing that we're proud of is our national flag and our country, and the skin color becomes irrelevant.
Let me pause. I don't know if you picked that up. That was the wife. It's about time I took her out and showed her that courtyard. I can show her that hole I dug. She wants to go shopping. We're at war with Iran. Our country is being colonized. And we are going shopping. I'm not in a rush because I've still got a bottle of rum. Anyhow, we've got to move on. That was Richard Inman. He thinks anyone can be English. He thinks anyone can be Welsh. Yeah. In just the same way he probably thinks that a man can put on a dress, walk 5 yards, have a close shave, get on those high heels, walk another 5 yards, and say he's a woman. He'd accept that as well, wouldn't he? Yeah. Seriously. What on earth was he even doing in advanced UK? Yeah. And this guy is in business, I believe, with Mr. Bling. Yeah. I've been accused of being a coward because I won't debate with Paul Thor. Why on earth should I debate with Paul Thor? That would be like I would demolish him. There's no doubt. I'm fully confident about that. But there is no point. Why would I help a grifter? Why would I throw a grifter a life belt? Yeah, because that's what he's looking for, is a life belt. He's waiting for someone to pull him on board Rupert's Restore Britain movement. And I ain't gonna do that. Yeah. He made his bed, let him lie in it. Yeah. I bet he can see his dreams of buying that big farmhouse out in Spain disappearing, though, can't he? And yeah, don't help him buy it, guys. Don't help him buy it. You want to donate money, donate it to Restore Britain. Yeah. Or donate it to a local charity. Don't go buying a farm for a guy in Spain. Right, my wife has disrupted my train of thought. Oh yeah, so that was Saxon Thor. It's a great channel. Yeah, he might be a bit outspoken about Zionism. He might not be as polite about it as I, but the guy's a patriot. And don't forget, I can't live forever. What if I drop down dead tomorrow and you can't find his channel? So go subscribe now. You'd be doing me a favour. Right, where are we going to go next? I know where we're going to go. This was hilarious, this was. Well, I thought so. We're over on Dinobane. Yeah. Those cretins whose subscriptions are dropping through the floor. They don't even get his name right. They think his channel name is Dino Brain. Yeah, so they keep referring him to as Dino Brain until someone points it out to them. Yeah. Now, remember this image? Yeah. Get out the way. The little submarine, the yellow submarine. Yeah. The Green Arrow has started to train his guns on it. And this is the first salvo at the little yellow submariner. Who, by the way, is over the moon that Israel and America are bombing Iran. Yeah, you'll probably be asking, saying that we should send British troops there as well. Yeah, let him go. He can carry Tommy's bag. Yeah, get on with it. Listen, you've got to take the wife shopping.
Nuances of what is spoken about here, and they usually just go along with whatever the narrative is that these people are framing. I'm going to try and let them say what they want to say and then analyze it and show you guys why I think they're wrong. Now, you can agree with me or disagree with me, but
I
the
doubt
important
it.
thing is that it's a counter argument. But again, I need to stress, I think this whole thing is a straw man. If you don't know what a straw man is, it's an argument about something that either is not important, is missing the point entirely of what they were supposed to be addressing, or is diverting you away from the original conversation. So let's go ahead. So they started off the conversation talking about what is an Englishman and why we're doing this, and fighting for the country and moving forward as a coalition together rather than separating. All good stuff. But then they started talking about ethno-nationalism, and you've heard this phrase quite a lot recently. A lot of people have been talking about it. It's something I don't think is important at all. I think the framing around it is ridiculous. And we're going to discuss this now because Jeff goes into, well, curated descriptions of what that means. And I'm going to show you the ridiculous nature in which this is approached by certain people and the framing around it and how it just doesn't really matter.
Well, I think it would be quite good to actually have a look at a couple of definitions that are floating around. Just a couple, just so you get the general idea. Now, here is one definition of ethno-nationalism. I'll just flash it up on the screen. The belief, theory, or doctrine that shared ancestry is the principal element of a cohesive national identity, and that a government should protect and promote the culture, language, and religion of one group, considered the primary or prestigious people of a nation, over other cultures, languages, or religions that may share that space in a multicultural society. So that sort of gives you the idea that it's based on a shared ancestry, whatever that means.
Now, again, they started this conversation by explaining what that means. They were both in agreement that an English person is English. They have an ancestry that they share. So by saying whatever that means, that's kind of skewing the conversation into being derogatory towards the very point that they just made in the beginning of the conversation. Now, this isn't something that is new. A lot of people are doing this. They seem to be adverse to holding on to something that they identify with up until a point. And I'm going to explain further why I think he's doing this.
And it's a sort of based on a cohesive national identity, but, it's all a bit woolly.
Again, I don't think national identity is woolly. I don't think it's nebulous. I think it's a very concrete term that we all know intrinsically. We can feel it. We all know when we go to a different country because it's different. The people are different. The culture is different. The landscapes are different. And all of that means, coming together, that they have a distinct identity that is separate from ours. Now, that's genetic identity, it's cultural identity, and it's locational identity. All of that is concrete. There's nothing nebulous about it. England is recognizable around the world because of its true natural identity. It's distinct. It's special. The same as every other country is distinct and special in its own way. Again, nothing nebulous or woolly about that.
But then you think, right, okay, that's one definition. How about another? Let's have another. This one is the wiki one. Ethnic nationalism, also known as ethno-nationalism, is a form of nationalism wherein the nation and nationality are defined in terms of ethnicity, with emphasis on an ethnocentric and, in some cases, an ethnostate, ethnocratic approach to various political issues related to national affirmation of a particular ethnic group.
Now, that description is exactly the same as the other description. The only difference is they've started to use more charged language, the word ethnic. And that is the thing that I think a lot of people get hung up on, because they They've been brought up their entire lives. They've been indoctrinated not to see race, not to talk about it. And the word ethnic is such a trigger word for them that they can't help feeling a withdrawal from that word, a shock to the system whenever someone uses the word ethnic. Because as soon as you use the word ethnic, they immediately think racist.
So that puts ethnicity right at the heart of ethno-nationalism, which I think is a lot more accurate to the discussion.
Now again, he had no problem with the term shared ancestry, although he thought that was wishy-washy. It is the term of ethnic identity. But tell me, let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, guys. How can you have a shared ancestry without a shared ethnic identity?
Okay. What did you think? Jeff Taylor never used to be like that. I remember when he started his channel, I thought, great, ex-Navy, gonna get the truth, the way you get the truth here. Boy, was I wrong. But of course, as he became more popular and he built up his base, now he's revealed himself to be what he is. He's a Zionist. He promotes Israel at every opportunity. You could tell from the UTK badge on his jacket. Yeah. So he'll be celebrating the war. Jeff believes that anyone can be English, anyone can be Welsh. What he thinks is that if someone comes to this country and they turn around and they adopt, if you like, our culture, then they can be English. Yeah? He's not happy with them being an English citizen, even a civic nat who believes in our culture. He actually believes that they can be English. The same as Richard, Dick, Prick thinks. Yeah? If you're a patriot, unsubscribe Jeff Taylor, unless of course you support another country. Yeah, because that's what Zionism is. It means you put Israel before your own country. I see that from some of the comments. I wish I'd kept them. That if we support Israel, we will be blessed by God. I responded to the poster of that comment. Do you know how crazy you sound? That God will bless us if we support Israel? Now that's completely and utterly barking mad. And Zionists are barking mad. And Zionists will get your sons killed. Anyhow, there's my next target. The little yellow submarine manned by Toad of Toad Hall. My name's Paul Morris. You've been listening to Green Arrow. I've got to go shopping. Then I'm taking the wife to play darts. I'm going to give her a damn good thrashing. Normally I let her win because it puts her in a good mood. But if I'm in a bad mood, she's going to be in a bad mood. Talk to you later, guys. I'll let you know if I fill in that hole in the garden.